quick video, I had some students starting to ask me about the journeying methods. And I have worked with initiating a few groups of women, several groups of women at this point over the years, into the shamanic basics. So shamanism is my practice. It's the way I clear my mind. It's really, for me, a way of life. But the shamanic basics are really the way I teach them. I call them shamanic householder practices, householder shamanism, because they're really practices that invite you to live your day-to-day with. Having helping spirits, being in relationships with helping spirits and calling on them when you need support, when you feel overwhelmed. And that requires developing a relationship with them. In the shamanic basics, we talk about basic journeying. Now, after you take a class of journeying, you got to keep, it's a relationship. You have to keep practicing. It's like any yoga or physical practice or, going to the gym, climbing, anything. You just need to keep the muscle developing. And that muscle is clearing the intellectual mind and shifting into the intuitive and body mind to connect with the helping spirits. Now, the intellectual mind is always trying to talk us out of connection with the interconnected world, with the unseen world, with nature. Now, our body is naturally connected to the earth, to emotional experience, to what brings the emotional experience, the smell, the spiritual energy, the energy of a room, the energy of the earth. Our senses are always sensing the external and the spiritual world, as well as the internal and cellular wisdom that is from all of time. So the intellectual mind entraps us a bit and keeps us from really being able to receive from that connection. It kind of cuts us off, and then in cutting ourselves off from that, we can't receive that guidance, that empowerment, that resource of energy. So shamanism is really about breaking through those splits. So when there's a split, shamanism likes to come in and support reweaving the split, so you can actually have the power, the energy, the resource, the guidance from that full spectrum of resources, which we believe in shamanism is spiritual, it's earth-centered, it's ancestral, it's cellular, it's blood, it's elemental. So I can't get it too far into that with this short video, but what I want to do is support you in your journeying. So this is for anybody who has been introduced to journeying and you're feeling a little bit like, is this working? Or feeling a little blocked. You go to journey and you feel blocked. And that can happen. It can happen to any of us at any time, but it definitely happens when you're starting out and you're used to having the guidance of a teacher or a shamanic practitioner, and then you're doing it on your own, and it can just be challenging. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's go over the spiritual hygiene, energy hygiene, that you're making sure you're having everything in place. First of all, remember that you need to carve away a time and a space for this. Now, shamanism can get kind of fast after a while, but you always, it's like a lover, like you don't ever want to take it for granted. So you always want to make sure you have those dates where you close the door, put the do not disturb sign on it, and you set the space. Light your candle, call on your helping spirits, and really make sure you're comfortable and relaxed and really ready to dive deep, okay? The next thing is you want to make sure that you have what you need, your tools. So, rattles for a drum, or perhaps you're going to use recorded music. Excuse me, I never know where to look on these things. I think if I look here, you'll see. So your tools are important. If you want to lay down, excuse me. If you want to lay down and just listen to a recorded drum, the drumming and the rattling and the sound is helping. You want to have a steady beat with it. And it's like a metronome where your mind starts to track that instead of its own thoughts. So then that gives you a busyness, something to do with your mind, while the emotional and spiritual intelligence can come on board and interconnect outward. So you get to decide. Sometimes we like to dance and move and make sound and call in the helping spirits and really bring that together first, and then lay down and press your record button if you're working with an external music source, and lay down and get yourself comfortable. But sometimes really doing the movement, doing the singing, the calling in, and the sounding really helps to prepare your body and mind for the deep listening and the journey, and to invite the spiritual beings to come and be with you. Now, there's different kinds of shamanism. Some people believe and work with leaving the body and going. I practice more of an embodied shamanism, where I stay in my body but invite the spirits to come to me and work on me and give me guidance and show me through my body or through visions. So there's different ways to work. I really like to stay in my body. I'm a really strong passion about embodiment and staying embodied. And there's sometimes when I will leave my body intentionally. So if you're ever practicing leaving your body, or like at night, if you feel like you're starting to astral project, you really want to make sure you're safe, and you really want to make sure that you have your space set up so you're safe, you're comfortable. And if you feel like you leave your body a lot, and you may be careful of making sure the candle is really safe and away from you, in case you start moving and not totally coherent. Make sure it's in a glass container up on a shelf and it's very safe. My practice is more of a mediumship, so I feel like I'm always calling everything to come in through my body. So you may practice that, or you may practice the leaving your body. I'm also working with meeting my energy field with the spirits. So there's many ways to work. When I prepare to journey, I am a sacred dancer, and I use dance all the time to set the field, the shamanic field. Dance is a very ancient way to call on the shamanic presence. What I'm calling shamanic presence is getting that intellectual mind quieted and getting the body awakened with light, with spiritual energy, interconnecting with the field of light. So if that's your medicine, and I know many people who've worked with me, that they come to me specifically because of the way I work with embodiment and with the dance, with movement. So sometimes if you're getting blocked laying down, so if you're very tired, you're in a state of overwhelm, sometimes when you set that sacred space and you go to lay down to journey, you pass out. Now, if you're asking the helping spirits and helpful spirits to come work on you and heal you, that's just fine. You don't have to be awake for that. They'll work on you. But if you're wanting to stay somewhat coherent to be guided and work with the spirits. I know sometimes people get disappointed. They fell asleep and nothing happened. They had no experience. So if that's the case and you want to stay more awake, dance is a wonderful way to do a shamanic journey. It's actually more more current that we started laying down and journeying. Really, the ancient shamanic practices were the dancing. Just finding a repetitive movement and sound, and just find your clear intention. So movement is a fabulous way to journey if you're feeling blocked. Okay, so remember that. But you want to give yourself a good chunk of time, like a whole half hour or hour. I mean, really, if you have 6 hours, that's great. I mean, I've done that where it's just really long dancing sessions. Sometimes you can go out and find a safe place, a clean and clear energy place to dance, where there's community dance, and find a safe corner and just go into your dance. I often hold events where we will do shamanic journeying with the dance. So dance is an option, movement and sound if you're getting blocked, okay? Now, the intention, how you ask the question, very important. It guides the journey. So be mindful is if you're feeling overwhelmed and disconnected, you can ask your helping spirits, will you come and give me a blessing, a clearing, and a reconnection to you? Will you clear my energy field and clear the blocks to you and help me feel less overwhelmed? You could be that frank with them. You can say, I feel overwhelmed. Help me not feel overwhelmed. You could do a journey just for that, or show me how to heal the overwhelm or blocks to you. But you can actually ask for a direct healing. Will you heal the blocks I feel toward you? Will you heal the overwhelm? Can we have a healing tonight? So remember, you can ask for the healing, or you can ask for a method for healing. You can do both. You can say, will you heal my overwhelm, and show me a method to use tonight for my overwhelm. So I just want to put that out there. The other thing is, if you're only going to your helping spirits when you're in crisis and asking for direction, and you're feeling the blocks there might be a sign to start having more of a sweetened relationship with your helping spirits. What I mean by that is, start to get pictures of your helping spirits, your power animals, make a little altar, have fun with it, bring them blessing offerings, have some prayer time and play time with them, and start to build the connection. So when you do a journey that's really needing them for support or healing, that you have a relationship with them. So have fun with that. You can build a collage. You can, ask them really simple and fun questions. So just, when we feel a block with journeying, especially if we're starting to journey for some serious guidance and direction, really make sure that you have established a relationship. Now remember, in any kind of relationship, you go on a few dates. If things are getting too serious and hard, you lighten it up. Let's just go get some ice cream, So same thing with the journeying and helping spirits. Back up if you're feeling blocked and overwhelmed. Back up and start to have fun with it again. Do some really simple journey with your drum. Maybe a journey to the spirit of a beautiful flower in the garden. Just start to do things simple. Ask your helping spirit to meet you at a carnival in your dream or something. And just have fun together and start to build the muscle of journeying. And that really does help. The other thing is that can really help quiet the mind or support the mind after a journey is the drawing and the writing. Making sure you have your tablet and your book right next to you. And don't let that don't let that logical mind kick in too fast. Make sure you're writing things down that you can discover what it means later. Don't try to figure out what it means right when you wake up or when you're drawing or writing. Remember, some of the things are like codes or breadcrumbs or messages, encrypted messages. So if that mind starts kicking in to figure it out before you get to write it, you can kind of miss something. So these are just some tips, okay? I hope this was helpful. And, overwhelm and the busyness of life, it definitely is part of our culture. And I'm really here to support you in finding time for yin, the feminine energy support and restoration, and to bring spiritual practice and interconnectivity to your life. So body and spirit, very important, and I'm definitely here to help navigate that for all of us. It takes a tribe, and whatever your dreams are, I know that being more embodied and really developing this spiritual muscle is going to help you. But let's not have you be in a state of crazy busy and overwhelmed for too long. Sometimes we go through phases of that, but sometimes when that overwhelm kicks in, it's a sign to make some changes. And sometimes we need support to make those changes. Just a new lifestyle, maybe a retreat, or even redecorating, or something needs to make a shift, or making a new schedule, or scheduling in some shamanic journey time or self-care time on the earth. But don't let yourself marinate in that crazy, busy overwhelm for too long, because it can really get us sick. And it's hard to enjoy our lives, and all of that. So, take some time to consider what's going on and what needs to change in your life to feel more authentically in your joy, in your passion. All right, I hope this was helpful. Remember, I offer new moons for free, gathering online. Every new moon, we have a theme, but really you can ask me anything, and that's free. It's free support here for the Global Sisterhood. And if you want a journey, we're doing some global retreats and touring and online programs. So it's really exciting time for Women's Tent. We're a nomadic sanctuary. We're here to support feminine restoration and to support you in your sacred mission, because we really believe that you are the hope for the future. It's true. More about that at womenstent.org. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, take a look, set up a free online Zoom call with me. I'm happy to do a free, what do they call it, consult. Just hear your story and see if we can support you. Blessings to you. Mwah. See you later. If you like, subscribe, press the like button, and we'll come back and see you. Bye for now.